Maharashtra's much-awaited cluster development scheme to redevelop old and dilapidated buildings, especially in Mumbai, has hit a political roadblock, it seems. With state assembly elections around the corner and the state government doing a U-turn on the geographical reach of this policy, real estate players are concerned. Ashish Bhatia reports.
At the start of the year 2014, the cluster development policy of Mumbai was outlined and its implementation awaited. In this draft, the minimum area required to develop in South Mumbai was 4,000 square meters and 10,000 square meters in the suburbs. A consent from a 70% majority of tenants was said to be a must, and the clusters were demarcated. Who would have guessed that developers who had warmed up to the scheme and were hoping to take the plunge into redevelopment projects were in for a rude shock? This, as the Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan clearly has a different take on the scheme altogether. His recent announcement of wanting to drop the city suburbs completely from the scheme's ambit and restrict it only to the 4,000-acre plots in the island city, along with going back to getting 100% consent from tenants, has been seen as a big setback.
The consent of the tenant, which is the biggest hindrance in this cluster development, need to be relooked. I believe this cluster development idea is there for last about 15 years. Hardly 2 or 3 projects in Mumbai has taken off, and I think that we have to completely scrap the old idea.
So isolating like island city and suburb separately itself doesn't make any sense for the CM himself at least. The only solution is cluster development for entire Bombay. It should not be restricted to island city, but also should be extended to suburb also.
In an exclusive chat with NDTV earlier in June this year, the Minister of Housing for the state of Maharashtra, Sachin Ahir too, had raised hopes of the city's old and dilapidated skyline getting a facelift soon. By then, the revised draft was already held back due to the ongoing Lok Sabha elections.
We have yet not announced that. But the 37(1) where you say suggestion and objection is taken place, due to the code of conduct, we could not announce this. We will be announcing that policy soon.
That wait only got longer with another unforeseen directive from the Bombay High Court stalling the scheme's implementation. The state government had to bow down as the civic bodies in the city were asked to carry out an impact assessment study. This to ascertain if there were enough resources like basic amenities to withstand the additional load expected from the scheme's implementation. While the result of that assessment is still awaited, experts are hopeful and say there is a possibility of the government changing its stance yet again. It's a big-ticket policy for the state government, which hopes to ace the elections and earn itself yet another term tenure.
I think there will be an appeal to the government, maybe after the elections, when the new government is formed, somebody would table, the concern on this, and I'm sure the government will look at it and eventually allow cluster development in suburbs as well, because the normal assumption is that suburbs has large land parcels, doesn't need cluster. Imagine if there was a cluster development and larger developments there, that will be a huge benefit to the consumer. So I think government will open up.
The likelihood of the election code of conduct paralyzing the cluster development scheme ahead of the state assembly elections once again is not as much of a surprise. What's hard to understand though is, how can a policy from being on the verge of implementation go back to the drawing board year after year? With camera person Sudesh in Mumbai, Ashish Bhatia, NDTV.
Okay, Ashish reporting there how Maharashtra's cluster development scheme is in limbo over whether the island city and the suburbs should be covered in one policy or not.